Hey guys, and welcome to our channel. Today we're going to be talking about dryers, why they get clogged, and a few easy ways to clean them out to make sure they dry efficiently. Hey guys, and welcome to our channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below and hit that bell icon to be notified of all of our new videos that do come out each and every week. Here we show you not only how we turned our house into our small family farm, but how and why things work the way they do around the house. Well, today we're going to be talking about dryers, mainly because we've had this dryer for a few years now, but recently it's becoming not so efficient in drying. We'll have to do a couple of cycles to get some clothes dry and stuff like that. So today I'm going to be talking about 3 things that you can check, clean, modify to make sure your dryer is working as efficiently as possible. So how does a dryer work first? So you take your wet clothes and you put them inside this dryer and it starts tumbling. Well, then it takes hot air via electricity or gas and it tumbles in there so it dries out your clothes, right? Well, as it does that, it gets little lint pieces out there, just little pieces of fiber, you know, just various things that come off your clothes, and it leaves there. Well, those can get stuck. Thankfully, dryers have come up with a solution for that, and that's a lint trap. So that's our first thing we're going to check is our lint trap. That is the primary location where dryer lint is going to get stuck. So a lot of times the dryer lint trap is going to be on the top of the dryers, so all you have to do is pull it out. So this is a bunch of different things in here. This is dog hair, lint from different pieces of fabric, stuff like that that's gotten caught in this. And this could be a huge reason why clothes aren't drying. So we're going to take this to our trash can, rake it off and bring it back and reinstall it. As you can see, it looks a lot better. So we'll go ahead and put this back in. Now that that's complete, we're going to check our second thing, and that is the vent behind the dryer. Typically, you're going to have a 4-inch or a 6-inch vent that goes out of the back of your dryer and goes into the wall. So you got to make sure that this isn't bent, kinked, has unnecessary turns, because that could cause clogs and lint and just junk that's coming out of there and cause the dryer efficiency to be lower. So as you can see in here, you got the dryer vent that's exiting the dryer. It makes a weird turn and goes back up into the wall up here. That could definitely cause some issues because it does look like it's kinked up towards the top where it enters into the wall. So what we're going to do to get access to this is we moved the camera out of the laundry room here, and then we're just going to pull this dryer out. We'll have to be a little bit more careful when we put it back in just because of the new vent, but this should work for now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take off this current vent, and then we actually have a 90-degree bend. Because the dryer vent is going out towards the wall, and the vent that's in the wall is actually coming down, the 90-degree bend in the dryer vent should help from future kinks occurring. So we'll go ahead and get this old one off. So this isn't actually too bad. There's a little bit of junk in there, but the worst part of this is all of the kinks and all it's mashed up, and it's just way too long for how long the space is in here. So that probably led to part of the problem, as well as all of the bends. There's also looks like a space where it was open, so we'll get this new one in here and this should help out quite a bit. Alright, so we got our 90-degree bend here. Now it's got a little gasket, so make sure that's seated nice in there inside, because that'll help create a nice seal. And then we're going to attach this to the back of the dryer. After that, you want to expand this a little bit at the end. So you're going to slide this over kind of, and then you're going to actually have to twist it on. Key to doing this, the easiest I've found, is it's got a little end piece because it's just a spiral like a slinky. So if you find that end piece, find the direction that the 90-degree bend is going, and then you can kind of spin it on almost. Follow the thread with that piece. So after that's spun on there nice and tight, we're going to take our ring and just tighten it down. It doesn't have to be too tight because you don't want to break the plastic, but tight enough just to keep it on there. Next, we're going to take this and connect it to our wall. So now we're going to take this side and try and shimmy it up on there. It's going to be really tight, so just keep that in mind. But we'll do our best to get it as good as possible. After you got it on there pretty good, you're going to slide your clamp up. Make sure it's over the metal that's actually coming out of the wall, as well as the vent pipe. and then secure it down. Okay, so as you can see, we got our dryer line here all laid out. Important that it's not twisted or have any kinks in it already. So the trick is going to be pushing this dryer back in without causing the line to kink or anything. So this next part's going to be hard to see, but basically what I'm going to do is get back in there, basically over the washer, and kind of get my hands in there. It's just weird angles and hard to film and do it at the same time. So what I'm basically going to be doing is bringing together that line, shrinking it down so it doesn't have to be all over the place, and it kind of shortens the length of that vent and makes it less susceptible to getting bends in it and stuff. But I will show you what it looks like afterwards. So as you can see, it's nice and curled up, and it's kind of up in that hole that's in the wall. So it makes as straight a shot as possible. That's one reason why you don't want it to be twisted, because the less twisted it is, the straighter that vent will be when it scrunches up. So the third thing we're going to double check is the vent going to the attic. In this case, it goes up the wall, through the attic, and to the roof. In some instances, it may be just out of the wall and to the outside. It may not be up through the attic. This can cause issues because it has to push up to get up outside the house. So if there's any lint or stuff in there, it'll fall down, get trapped. It could create a plug and then blow the line out. Not necessarily explosive, but it could blow the line off. I know this because when we bought this house, the line was actually separated in the attic and there was lint blowing everywhere. So we're going to double check that real quick. So let's go up in the attic and take a look. So as you can see here, there's actually two vents coming up out of the house and into the attic. The one with the 90-degree bend and the straight sections is actually from the oven, which is on the opposite side of the wall from the dryer. And the one behind it that's flexible is actually from the dryer. And as you can see from here, there's no lint or anything that's escaped. All the sections are together and there's no issues, so that's good. Well, that's it, guys. 3 simple steps. 1, check the lint trap. 2, check the vent inside the house, and 3, check the vent in the attic or outside the house. With all that being checked, and the vent that's inside the house being improved a little bit in terms of the kinks and the lengths, our dryer should be drying very efficiently again and having no issues. If you still do have issues after all of this has been done, cleaned out and everything, you may have to have someone come out and take a look at your dryer, or it may need to be replaced because it's not heating efficiently. Thanks a lot, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please hit that subscribe button below and hit the bell icon to be notified of all of our new videos that do come out each and every week. Thanks a lot, y'all. Have a good one.